What's holding you back right now? It's not a comfortable question, I know. Sometimes the answer shows up disguised as lack of time, fear of failure, insecurity, or that old story of when I'm ready. But what if the real problem isn't a lack of ability, and instead, the beliefs you've been repeating for years without even noticing? Why not you, after all? The truth is simple and, at the same time, uncomfortable. You are capable, and you are enough even before you feel fully prepared. Self-confidence, self-worth, and mindset don't come ready-made. They are built through action in the now, in the present moment. While many people wait for the perfect scenario, others with less talent, fewer resources, and less luck move forward simply because they decided to go after it. This text is a direct invitation, almost a friendly push. Here, we're going to talk about purpose, identity, discipline, hard work, courage, and personal growth without fantasy and without magical shortcuts. The promise is clear. If you take responsibility, act consistently, and stop postponing what you already know needs to be done, your life begins to change from the inside out. The question is not whether this works. The question remains, what is stopping you? Why not you? It's easy to look at others and believe their success has some magical explanation. More luck, more talent, more opportunities. But hey, race the raw truth. They're not different from you. And the real question is, why not you? What's stopping you from achieving the same results, from becoming someone who inspires, transforms, and accomplishes? What do you still believe is beyond your reach? Everything starts right here with breaking limiting beliefs. This isn't about waiting for the right moment. It's not about finding the perfect scenario or having everything under control. The answer is simple: start now. When you allow yourself to believe that you can, doors begin to open. Of course, that requires action, decision-making, and yes, risk. It's not comfortable, but it's necessary. Fear and insecurity will always exist, but the real question is, how far are you willing to go beyond them? Life doesn't wait for you to feel ready. It's happening now. You are already capable, you just need to take the first step. Don't let someday fool you. The future only exists for those who decide to act in the present. So why not you? What's stopping your action? And what if the biggest obstacle is simply believing that you are enough to take the next step? Identity and self-worth. Before any external achievement, there's something almost no one teaches. You already are someone. Your identity is not defined by a title, money, or recognition. Those things come later. The real foundation is self-worth, how you see yourself when no one is applauding. If your self-esteem depends only on external approval, any criticism becomes an internal earthquake. And when that happens, confidence disappears with it. Strengthening the mind is daily training, like going to the gym, except here, the muscle is your mindset. Small decisions build strong identities. Keeping promises to yourself, waking up at the agreed time, maintaining a simple habit like reading or exercising. All of this reinforces the internal message that you are reliable. And when you trust yourself, insecurity loses power. It sounds simple, and it is, but it's not easy. A solid identity is built when you stop asking what will they think and start acting in alignment with who you want to become. Confidence is not the absence of fear, it's action despite it. And self-worth is not inflated ego, it's self-respect. When these pieces fall into place, the world begins to respond differently. Not because you changed on the outside, but because something inside you finally took a stand, making room for the next step of this journey. The purpose of effort and discipline. Many people avoid discipline because they believe it takes away freedom. But the reality is exactly the opposite. Discipline is the shortest path to freedom, to fulfillment, and even to financial independence. Studying, working hard, and developing skills are not punishment, they're investment. Every well-used hour builds character, identity, and self-mastery, even when no one is watching. Effort gains meaning when you understand why you're doing what you're doing. It's not just about money or proving something to someone. It's about becoming better, more prepared, emotionally stronger. Building the habit of executing, even without motivation, develops consistency. And consistency, over time, beats talent. A simple plan, executed daily, is worth more than great ideas never put into practice. Discipline isn't born ready, it's trained. Start small, set schedules, establish priorities, eliminate obvious distractions. Planning turns chaos into progress. Little by little, effort stops feeling heavy and becomes part of who you are. And when that happens, something shifts inside, opening space for personal growth and new levels of development that come next. Continuous personal growth. Those who stop learning without realizing it start falling behind. Personal growth is not a trend, it's a necessity. Reading more, learning more, and developing new skills expand your worldview and strengthen your mindset. The right book at the right time can change decisions, habits, and even the direction of your life. Start with books like Think and Grow Rich, The Richest Man in Babylon, or Atomic Habits. Just a few minutes a day already makes a difference. Continuous learning doesn't have to be complicated. 10 pages a day, a podcast on the way to work, a short online class before bed. What matters is building the habit. Knowledge creates capability, and capability increases your value. The more you learn, the more useful you become to the market, your family, and society. That builds real self-worth, not the kind based only on opinion. Personal growth means accepting that you are never ready, but always evolving. Developing communication, leadership, planning, or emotional intelligence is a long-term game. And the more you grow, the more responsibility you feel for what you do with that knowledge. This process prepares you to deal better with challenges, criticism, and obstacles, because they will inevitably appear. Resilience in the face of difficulty. Falling is part of the path. The problem was never the fall, it's not getting back up. Everyone who builds something meaningful faces criticism, rejection, failure, and deep moments of doubt. The difference is resilience. The ability to absorb the impact, learn from the pain, and keep moving forward. It's not glamorous, it's emotional survival. And yes, it hurts, but it hurts less than quitting. Adversity reveals who you really are. When things get tight, there's no room to pretend. That's when courage shows up, even while shaking. Persistence isn't blind insistence, it's adjusting the route without abandoning the purpose. Every challenge faced develops inner strength, self-control, and a quiet confidence no one can take from you later. There's a real happiness that only those who overcome truly understand. It's not euphoria, it's peace. It's looking back and realizing you endured more than you thought you could. Sacrifice, effort, and risk are part of any meaningful achievement. And the more you move through these difficult moments, the more prepared you become to pursue something greater. Something that requires ambition and the courage not to settle for less. Healthy ambition and the pursuit of greatness. There's a quiet line many people accept without realizing it. That wanting to be great is wrong. As if ambition were the same as ego or arrogance. It's not. Healthy ambition is recognizing your potential and choosing not to waste it. It's looking at your own capacity and thinking, I can go further. Why not you? Why settle for a small life when there's so much room for growth, impact, and fulfillment? The pursuit of greatness begins with the right references. Learning from those who've already walked the path shortens mistakes and expands vision. Reading biographies, studying leaders, entrepreneurs, and people who left a legacy helps recalibrate your mindset. Not to copy, but to understand patterns. Discipline, focus, hard work, and daily execution. Greatness isn't a single event, it's a long-term process. When you embrace the desire to be excellent, something shifts internally. You begin to demand more from yourself, not because of external pressure, but out of self-respect. Leadership starts within, and this well-directed ambition prepares the ground for an inevitable decision. Taking full responsibility for your life. Because real growth requires stopping the transfer of blame and starting to choose consciously. Personal responsibility. There comes a point when you can no longer blame the world, your family, the government, or the past. No one can stop you except you. Until that realization hits, life stays stuck. Personal responsibility means accepting that every decision or indecision has consequences. And that's not heavy, it's liberating. Because when you take control, you also take the power to change. Ending insecurity starts here. Every time you say, I can't, or this isn't for me, you give up your own responsibility. The truth is, you're always choosing even when you choose not to act. Real commitment is stopping the wait for external rescue and positioning yourself as the protagonist of your own story. Accountability isn't punishment, it's self-respect. Taking responsibility doesn't mean knowing everything. It means committing to learn whatever is necessary. Fail, adjust, try again. When you understand this, fear decreases and clarity increases. You stop reacting to life and start leading it. And that internal shift creates space for something essential. Working hard, even when no one is watching in the so-called dark. The importance of working in the dark. What truly builds lasting results almost never happens on stage. It happens behind the scenes when no one is watching, liking, or applauding. It's the silent training, the off-hours study, the discipline maintained even without motivation. That is working in the dark. And it's what separates those who dream from those who actually build. Before public authority comes private preparation. There are no shortcuts. Those who try to show up before they're ready often get swallowed by their own exposure. Doing what needs to be done when no one is watching builds character, focus, and consistency. Creating solid habits, reviewing goals, planning the week, and executing quietly strengthens your identity and confidence from the inside out. The interesting part is this. The world always rewards invisible work just later. When results appear, it looks like luck to those on the outside. But you know how much effort, sacrifice, and persistence live there. And that silent process prepares the ground for an inevitable question. If you're already doing so much, why not now? Why postpone the next step? The present moment, why not now? There's a very common trap called "I'll start later." After vacation, after life calms down, after I learn a little more. But life doesn't pause so you can feel ready. The only real time is now, the present moment. Why not now? Why not today? Starting small today is infinitely better than planning greatness for a future that never arrives. Starting now doesn't mean changing everything at once. It means setting a simple goal, creating a possible plan, and taking action. Read 10 pages a day. Organize your week on Sunday. Wake up 30 minutes earlier. Cut obvious distractions. Action creates clarity. Clarity builds confidence. And little by little, the habit forms. Planning without execution is just elegant fantasy. The more you delay, the heavier starting becomes. When you act even with fear, something aligns internally. You feel back in control. The process matters more than speed, but it only begins when you decide to act. And that decision opens space for something even deeper. Understanding how your mindset and beliefs shape everything you build from here on. Mindset and beliefs. Everything you build in life passes through your mind first. If deep down you believe you don't deserve it, that you're limited, or that success is for a few, your actions will always reflect that. You deserve to be happy, fulfilled, and successful, period. Not out of arrogance, but because you are human, capable, and full of potential. External reality responds to internal beliefs, whether you like it or not. Beliefs don't appear out of nowhere, they're repeated over time. The problem is that many of them were inherited, not chosen. Phrases like "this isn't for me," or "people like me don't make it," are subtle forms of self-sabotage. When you question these ideas and replace them with thoughts aligned with growth, something changes. You are capable stops being empty motivation and becomes practical direction. The right mindset doesn't eliminate difficulty, it changes how you respond to it. Instead of stopping, you adjust. Instead of quitting, you learn. What you believe is possible defines how much you persist, how much you work, and how committed you stay. And when belief and action align, something powerful emerges: consistency. Because it's no longer about feeling like it, it's about doing it every day. Consistent action over emotion. If you wait to feel motivated before acting, you'll move very little. Emotion is unstable, discipline isn't. People who build solid results don't wake up inspired every day, they simply execute. Consistent action beats any burst of enthusiasm. A simple, clear, achievable daily plan is what keeps you moving even on bad days. Start with the basics. 3 important tasks a day, nothing extreme. Write them down, don't rely only on memory. Execute one at a time with full focus. At the end of the day, review briefly. What worked? What needs adjustment tomorrow? This simple cycle of action, evaluation, and correction creates real progress and accelerates learning. When you act despite emotion, something powerful happens. You start trusting yourself more. Confidence stops being talk and becomes a consequence. You realize you don't need to feel ready, you just need to decide. And that posture strengthens your identity, preparing you to deal with something inevitable on the growth path. Risk, fear, and hard choices that demand courage. Risk and courage. Nothing truly meaningful happens inside the comfort zone. If there's no risk, growth is probably small. Every significant change requires courage. Changing careers, starting a project, taking a stand, investing in yourself. Fear will always show up, but it cannot be the deciding factor. Fear is a sign of novelty, not incapacity. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's acting despite it. People who build something relevant feel insecurity all the time. The difference is that they don't negotiate with it. They assess, plan, and move forward. Calculated risk is part of the game. Avoiding all risk is, in practice, choosing stagnation. And that choice usually charges a high price in the long run. Every time you face a fear, your capacity grows. You expand. Confidence increases because you prove to yourself that you can handle consequences. And even when things go wrong, you learn, adjust, and come back stronger. This process reveals something important. Your potential is far greater than you imagine, and it's waiting to be used. Now the question comes back to you directly, with no detours. What are you going to do with all of this? Not tomorrow, not when you feel ready now. How many ideas, talents, and abilities are you still holding back out of fear, insecurity, or the habit of postponing? And if you keep going like this, how do you imagine your life in 5, 10, 20 years? Pride or regret? You already know you're capable. You already know you're enough. You understand that discipline, action, and consistency build freedom, fulfillment, and impact. The only thing separating those who live in potential from those who live in practice is decision followed by daily execution. Small, simple, imperfect, but consistent. Why not you? Why not now? So choose one step, one habit, one concrete action today. Go after it every day, even when no one is watching. Leave nothing on the table. Use what you've been given, develop who you are, and build the legacy only you can leave. If this content made sense to you, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and keep walking with us. The next step of your evolution begins in the next video.